What's up, guys? I'm Drew with Comics Elite, and I am flying Han Solo today. Yeah, just me, little old me. Kyle's away, and Kayla's got stuff to do for whatnot and whatnot. But yep. So it's me, stuck with me. It's gonna be a short video. It was a very light week. We didn't get Diamond in. We got Marvel and DC. I think this is the fewest I've read since we started doing the reviews, maybe. But yeah, at least 15, 16 books I read this week. But yeah, before we start, please remember to like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell. It's down there somewhere. Usually, I did talk to Kayla. She did tell me what our number one is. We were in consensus about that, what our number one books were of the week. So got that to look forward to. All right, first, we're going to start with the Mez this week. The ones that weren't bad, they weren't great, not really recommendable. They're just, maybe. First one I got coming out. Oh yeah, there are new easels right here. Check this out. Comics Elite right there, engraved. It's beautiful. There are new stands. They're amazing. We're going to try to incorporate these in our reviews now. So let's go and start with Extreme X-Men #1. It's not bad, I guess. It's all right. The whole issue is a time for backstory issue explaining to us who Ogun is and his ties to Kitty Pryde and Logan. Art is fantastic by Salvador LaRocca, although nothing really happens in this outside of the "we must do something" over and over again on every page. It's all right. It's, yeah. Next one I got coming out swinging, Thanos Death Notes #1. This was tricky. There's something here. I mean, look, this is a setup issue to the big event coming up. So it opens and closes. You know, it's bookended with Thor. He goes to Titan to see if he is Thanos is really dead, and finds that his father's home has been searched. Thanos' father's home has been searched. And it appears that Thanos' father was cataloging Thanos and researching him to uncover the truth. What truth? I don't know. Why didn't he do anything in the first place, his father? I don't know. And so there's another story after that with Tony Stark. He's figuring out how a Thanos bot works. And then once again, Stark is revealed to be the biggest asshole in the universe by not telling anyone about this Harbinger of Doom message at all. So great setup right there from Christopher Can't Write Well about Iron Man being the biggest asshole in the universe once again. Third story, nothing really new or shocking here. If you have seen any of the Marvel films, you get this. It's like, okay, we got this 5 years ago. All right, moving on. You learned the wrong lesson. Then after that, it's a filler story with him in a bar. That's it. But in the end, we discover who ransacked the home and took files on the Black Stone. And yeah, it's outside of the Iron Man crap and stuff we've already seen in the Marvel films. It's all right. It's interesting. It's something. I'll say that. Read it for the bookended story. Don't read it for the Christopher Can't Write Well Iron Man story. All right. Next meh I have got is the Joker, the Man Who Stopped Laughing, #3. This was okay. Not the best and not the worst of the series. It's Red Hood on the run and trying to find Joker, and Joker goes to a hospital to get patched up. That's about it. The backup was simply stupid. Do not read it for the backup. It's a meh. Nothing in here has me looking forward to the next story, or yeah, it kind of really hit the bricks with this issue. Next meh I have got is Monkey Prince #9. This is one, like, this series is just, it's almost there. It's missing something to make it recommendable. it makes some bad decisions sometimes narratively, and this is case in point. This is what happens here. It's not bad. It's just the selling point of this, and the important plot point is buried in the last couple of pages. In this issue, it's supposed to be we're teased like it's Monkey Prince and he's got a crush on Supergirl and all that, but it's 20 plus pages of just meandering and eating food before we get to that what we wanted to get. It's buried in the very back, and that was very disappointing. So because of that, it's a meh. Next meh I've got is from Sumerian. It's the Purple Oblivion #2. This comic was, in a word, interesting. A young man goes to see a dominatrix. She knocks him out with a drug, and he's being used for a weird alien thing that goes into his stomach. It goes into his stomach vagina. And okay, I know it sounds weird. Not gonna lie, sounds weird. But if you've seen Videodrome with James Woods, you know what I'm talking about. Look up Videodrome, you'll know what I mean by stomach vagina. You know what I'm talking about. So a doctor injects this thing into his son, and a doctor injects this thing into a guy's son's neck vagina, and I'm confused. I don't know what's going on. There's something here, but I'm confused and very scared by what I'm reading here. It's very interesting concept, but I'm like, I don't know what the hell is going on. I don't know who's who. Is there a protagonist in this? I don't know. Next one I got is Poison Ivy. Oh, Ivy. Poison the Ivy. #7. It's not terrible, and it's not really that good either. It's very much by the numbers and predictable, this issue. Big companies, pollution bad, Ivy good. Okay, got it. Perfect. All right. Yeah, we've gotten that over the last 40 years about her. Okay. This was probably the second worst issue of the series, whereas the other issues were unpredictable, and she was a straight up villain. Here, she's written like a hero, and no, she is a homicidal, murdering villain. And wouldn't you know it, she comes across a bigger villain. But I'm sure in the next issue, by the end, they'll become the best of friends. That's how it always works. You know, females are not villains in the DC universe. They don't stay villains. They end up becoming best friends and becoming heroes. That's how it works. All right, next one I got is End After End, #4. Next meh. It once again, it's one of those series where it's just like it's on the cusp. It's just missing those things. So our hero Walt manages to come across, he manages to come to after being knocked out, and we get more of his backstory on growing up and how he wanted to be an artist. And after he reflects on his life, he may have a different take on what he should be doing in his current situation in this weird fantasy land. It's good. It's not great. It's good. If you've been reading it, keep checking it out. If you haven't, don't worry about it. See here. Oh, that's it for the mez. That's it. We're on to the skip-its. I've only got two skip-its this week. And first skip-it this week is Dark Crisis Warzone #1. Probably a one-shot. Multiple stories, multiple creators in this. First story, the very first story, by the second page, I started busted out laughing. It is laughably stupid. Iris Allen is talking to her editor, I think, and he tells her about the chaos and that she needs to leave. And she says, "Oh yeah, you may be right. Yes, that happens." And she's right outside the Hall of Justice while literally the apocalypse is going on right behind her. And the whole setup of the story is very stupid. I don't want to think about the rest of this first story. The second story, this one pissed me off. The Spectre acting as the hand of God, all his power, and he's resorted to a backup story and a tie-in comic. That's it. Read Crisis on Infinite Earths and Infinite Crisis to see the Spectre treated right. But thankfully Frank Thierry ends the story well, and I hope it's not the last we see of the Spectre. I hope so. Third story, I literally laughed out loud at how stupid it was written by Captain Obvious here, Stephanie Williams. I see trouble. We should do something. The end. Okay. Fourth story. Jojo Mellon is the bravest and bestest Green Lantern ever. Fifth story. Black Canary and Red Canary are awesome. I think that's what we're supposed to know. But yeah, there is nothing of substance here. Nothing that furthers the plot of Dark Crisis. It's just an absolute filler. This is just bread at Olive Garden, while you're waiting for more bread and the pasta you're going to eat. There's nothing here. And my last skip it of the week is New Mutants 32. Before I start we're talking about this, I want to say I put this down around 4 to 5 times, and I wound up folding clothes and matching socks instead of reading this. This was beyond boring. We open with the newest and bestest mutant escapade, who I completely forgot about and forgot what her power was. Everything about her, from her outfit to her powers, her personality, her dialogue, is just ugly and forgettable. This was just bad, straight up bad. The writer was attempting to be funny, but I'm not laughing in any way, shape, or form whatsoever. Neither was Kayla. This comic was junk. Look, I'll say this. I've said it before. I suppose if you're a 12-year-old girl, you may laugh. That's a big may. But the jokes are predictable, and they're just terrible. And someone trying to be funny who isn't funny, don't do it. The stupidest part is her friend in this is being tortured. And what does this new stunning and brave hero do? Nothing. Just stands there and watches. And then it intercuts in the story. It intercuts to these very shitty Charles Schultz knockoff cartoon panels of her when she was a kid. It's very jarring. Does not belong there. Doesn't need to be there. It's stupid. But the kicker is the last page of this. It boggles the mind, and I'm not even going to try to expend any more thought on it. Now that I think about it, I don't even think the New Mutants were even in this comic. I think they were nowhere to be found, probably, which is not surprising. It's all about her. It's all about her. So if you like her, yay. Most people don't. So yeah, skip it. All right, we're on to the top 10, but it's really more of a top. It's a top 5. So my number 5 of the week is Gotham City Year 1, number 3. This took a big step back up from the second issue. This one was just solid, good. Slam Bradley, he's hunting down for the missing Wayne baby, and he's trying to find the cat-like woman. The genius writing of Tom King there. But I'll give it to Slam Bradley. He's doing whatever it takes to find the baby, and by the end, he finds something. I'm not gonna say what it is. This wasn't. It's a solid good. I'll say that. It's a low recommendation, but it's a solid good comic and better than the second issue. I'll say that. All right, number 4, Sword of Azrael. Yeah, this has been a consistently in the top 10, or a meh kind of, but it's always been up there. Sword of Azrael, number 5. It's Father Valley versus Jean Paul Valley, and only one can win. By the end of this, can one be pulled back from killing the other? I don't know. Gotta read to find out. Maybe they can find a greater evil to take down. This was all right, although it's getting a tad convoluted with the mother box and how it was the programming for the order. It's a lot. But and if you haven't been reading it or don't know who Jean Paul Valley is, you may be a tad lost. But if you've been reading it, keep reading it. It's really good. I do recommend it. It's a lower recommend, but yeah, do check it out. Sword of Azrael, number 5. And we are on to the top 3 of the week. So we are on number 3. I got the Firstborns, issue number 1 from the Sumerian. Sumerian's got some. Sumerian is. They've got some titles. They're not. Some hit, some don't. This is one of those few where it's kind of hitting it. You know, it's where are my notes for this one? It was a very interesting story and has some potential as a sci-fi indie book. It really does. An alien thing lands in a forest. A kid who's been severely wounded touches it and is set on fire. Meanwhile, another kid wakes up from a dream seeing him burning, it looks like. But there's a lot of questions by the end of this, and hopefully we get some answers in the next issue. The art is very indie as well, which I appreciate. It's very good. It's not Steven Universe crap. It's good. But yeah, I do recommend the Firstborns number 1. This has very good potential to be a solid indie series. And we are on to my number 2. I got Batman number 130. This was awesome. The final showdown between Batman and Failsafe, and only one will survive, literally. It's quite the shocking conclusion. Yes, one does die at the end of this, and the backup is just as good as well. With the I guess a retelling or an updated telling of the yellow oval on Batman's chest and the inspiration of where it came from, what his purpose is. I like the Dark Knight Returns version myself, but hey, that's just me. But yeah, big shocking revelation, but big shocking events in this. There is a death in this. Not going to say who. Art is terrific. Yeah, strong recommend for this. Batman 130. It's a shame that Jorge Jimenez is leaving the series after this. But let's see what the next artist got. See what the next artist has. Hopefully he can knock it out of the park as well. But yeah, solid recommend for Batman 130. Very good read. And on to my number. Number 1 book of the week. This was my pick. This was Kayla's pick as well. Batman the Joker, the Deadly Duo, number 2. Once again, Mark Silvestri knocked it out of the park. This was terrific. So damn good. Batman, he's reluctantly once again working with the Joker, and Batman is wounded by one of the Joker zombie creature things, and he takes it back with him to the Batcave. They do some scientific work on it to figure it out. Batman discovers something very interesting things about these creatures. What they're made of, and yeah, it's very, very interesting. It's like it doesn't make sense, but we'll see where it goes. And by the end of this, Batman and others may be in deeper trouble than we thought in many regards. So well illustrated, so fun. I love the dialogue. It's fun. It's good. It's not cringe-inducing. It's not like reading New Mutants or anything from Marvel this week. It is so much fun. You guys got to check this out. Issue 1 is still all around the place. We got him here at Comics Relief. If you need issue number 1, if you want to read just a fun, solid, kick-ass Batman story, you could do a hell of a lot worse than this. We recommend this, Batman the Joker, the Deadly Duo, number 2. There you go, guys. Those are the Skip It's the Mez in the top 10 of the week. What do you think? Am I 100% correct? Am I 1% incorrect? Please do let us know in the comments. And as Sean so often does say, please remember to buy what you like, collect what you want, don't listen to the haters, and we'll see you guys again next time.